like the heartbeat of the world. And. It's not a question of hearing so much. The sound is all around. It's a question of knowing there's something to listen to. Yes. Yes, that's it. And the center, the great connector. It's coming clearer now. And.
And I have a ton of homework tonight.
And no one noticed that I got my hair cut.
And Venice will be like underwater within the next decade.
And I got rejected from every school I applied to.
And I have a hangnail.
And my boyfriend makes a funny noise when he kisses me.
And I can't clear 13 feet in the pole vault.
And I think I want to kill myself.
And I swear they're making candy bars smaller than they used to.
And my favorite pants don't fit anymore.
And my brother is going to Iraq.
And, do you hear it? Do you get it? And, not then. He had a hernia, then she kissed her cat, not but. He had a hernia, but she kissed her cat, not because. He had a hernia, because she kissed her cat, and he had a hernia, and she kissed her cat, and I wet the bed, and they experienced deja vu, and Mortimer imagined he was an astronaut, and. Not chronology, not causality, not simultaneity. Simultaneity. These events, these moments linked solely by and. And you are sitting there, and you are sitting there, and you, at the very same moment, are sitting right there, side by side universes. Let me tell you this story. I want to tell you this story. 3 nights ago, I was... All right. Forget the story. For the moment. Just let them talk. And remember that. And
Yeah, so it's pretty much decided now. It's inevitable, I guess. Dad's cancer. The prognosis is pretty much set. I mean, we've been through the prayer circles. They're still going on and on. But the prayers have changed. Asking for healing, asking for dealing. Acceptance. That kind of thing. So he's home now. Dad. Got quite a bit of equipment with him. Tanks and hoses, a special bed. He wanted to come home, and the doctor said it would be okay. Or as okay as being anywhere. Home, the hospital, the park, Disneyland! Wherever! I suppose that's one good thing about dying. It's portable.
And. Who do my teachers think they are? Or a better question, who do they think I am? A homework machine? The geek of all geeks who has no life, who wants to spend 5 hours a night on schoolwork? Listen, here's a basic concept. Home, school. Home, school. 2 separate places. They should stay separate. I don't bring my lawn into the school so I can do my raking there, do I? I don't bring my sister into the school so I can have my arguments with her there, do I? No. Those are home things to be done at home. So why should I bring my school things to my home? Home, school. Keep them separate.
Okay, I can take it that my brother didn't notice my haircut. No big deal. He probably wouldn't notice his own face fell off. And my father, well, where do you think my brother got his attention to detail from? Now, my mother noticed, but since she drove me to the appointment in the first place, that doesn't count. Nothing from my teachers. Nothing from my classmates. Nothing from the bus driver. Nothing from the dog, the cat, the goldfish. I could live with all of that non-attention to my haircut. But when I cornered Jason, my supposed boyfriend of 3 months, and I asked him, point blank, notice anything different? When he looks me up and down and finally says, new bra, that put me over the edge. And
are mean. Like, people can't even ski in the Alps anymore, I heard. And that's, like, so not right. That is practically un-American, if you ask me. And Venice. I told you about that, didn't I? Like, I mean, if I wanted to go to Venice and have some guy singing to me in one of those curved canoe things, those cannolis or those gondolas, that's it. If I wanted to do that in, say, 10 years, I might not even be able to, because all there would be was, like, water, and you can't take a gondola ride on just water if you don't, like, have any Venice to, like, be in. Oh, it's just so sad. I can't even, like, tell you.
I need to tell you this story. 3 nights ago, we were all home, my family. My mother, my father, my 2 sisters. It was about 9 o'clock. My older sister, she was... No, I shouldn't start there. Okay! Not yet. Not yet. Just back to these other people. Right. And
Dartmouth was my reach school. I got rejected. No big surprise. I was okay with that. Most kids get rejected from their reach schools, right? So they're called reach schools after all. Bodoy. That's what you might call my semi-reach. I would have felt lucky if I got in. I didn't get the chance to feel lucky though. Rejection 2 from Bodoy. But I was okay, because I still had BU and Ithaca. And I was sure I was going to get into one, if not both. I mean, they're both decent schools. And I wouldn't have had to hang my head until they sent me the, "I'm sorry, you're just not good enough for us" letters. After that, I could justifiably hang my head in complete shame.
give us another! Give us another! And
I'm always getting these hangnails. Don't you hate that? They catch on everything and they hurt. And you know you get all red and irritated, and I try not to chew on them, but it's like they're practically calling to you. My fingers look like, I don't know what they look like. They look like fingers with hangnails on them. Why do you suppose I always get them? Not everybody gets them. I don't think they're hereditary or anything, unless maybe dry skin is hereditary, but they're not exactly dry. They're more like, I don't know what they're like. They're prone to hangnails, that's all. And I have them, and they hurt. And I'm tempted to bite my fingers off, you know? Do you get them?
great. One more, then one more, then. And
He's a great guy. He really is. He's sort of old-fashioned about things. He opens doors for me and carries my books. I know, it's pretty corny, but I like it. He's sweet, considerate. He calls me when he says he's going to and picks me up on time. He bought me a beautiful rose yesterday. So why am I being so crazy that I'm actually thinking about breaking up with him just because he's a noisy kisser? I mean, that's so shallow. I'm not like that. Usually, it's just, I swear, his nose, it clicks. Somewhere way up in his nasal passages when we kiss, his nose makes this clicking noise. I can't ignore it. I've tried. Believe me. He's not a bad kisser, except for the... Okay. Every time we start to kiss, I always think of this documentary I once saw on an African tribe that communicates with clicks. And I don't know about you, but that just does not create a romance.
yes, good. You have to keep this in mind, too. You have to remember that all of these things are going on at the same time, connected only by proximity. I mean, within one relatively small area, you have all of these people dealing with their various situations, as is the case here within the confines of a single building, of a school. You have all of these things playing out, and this and that, and this and that, but it's not actually something you can separate out like that. I mean, it looks like there's an order to it, but that's arbitrary. It's not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's and, concurrently, not chronologically. It's like this. You see, it's confusion, pandemonium, but this is what the world is like. You have to
11 feet. Everyone around me is like, ooh, what a stud. He's coming in at 11. I can clear it with my eyes shut. I can clear 11 feet with a twisted ankle, and that's no joke, because I did it 2 weeks ago at the meeting in Springville. Hell, I can come in at 11.6 if I wanted, no problem. I've missed that height all year. You know what? I can come in at 13. Oh, I can just hear them all if I did that. Oh man, he must be going for a record. Coming in at 13, he's crazy good. But here's what they don't know. The second I hear that bar has been raised above 13, I'm done. I mean, I could have cleared 13 on my first attempt by 1.5 feet, but if I hear anything over that number, anything, 13 feet, half an inch, I'm done. I just shut down. I just can't clear it.
Yes, good, right. We singled him out just for a moment, just so he could be heard, which is nice, but when we do that, we can miss the point. We can forget about the simultaneity, the and factor. So try not to. It's crucial. Crucial. 3 nights ago, oh, God. How could I not know? I'm still not ready. And.
Do you know what a scrim is? It's a type of curtain that when you shine light on it from the front, it's opaque. But when you shine light on it from behind, you can see through it. But usually, even when you can see through it, a scrim makes whatever's behind it kind of dark, kind of muted. Unless you really blast the lighting on it, the colors get dulled down by the scrim. Well, you know what? I see the whole world like that. Like everything's behind a scrim and the backlighting isn't very strong. I mean, maybe the world isn't really bleak. I admit, it's probably just me. Like I'm the one with the scrim over my eyes like a blindfold. Either way, it's dull and shadowy to me, all the time. I know how to get to my father's gun cabinet.
And.
I don't want to. Right now, all I have to go on is just a theory. You know, theories have started a lot of very important, like, discoveries. When Newton got hit over the head with the apple, even though that probably never happened in your history, it gave him a hunch, and then he invented gravity. So my hunch is that they have been making candy bars smaller and smaller over the past few years. I swear it. And it's not just me. It's not just because my mouth was smaller, but I think the candy bars are bigger. Plus, here's the thing. They have these king-size bars that they charge almost double the money over the regular size bars. But I think the king-size bars are just about the same size as the regular ones used to be. Seriously, I am going to do a study on this.
You know, there's just 2 left. I'm just going to let them finish, then I'll tell my story. But don't forget, all at once, right? Simultaneity. And.
Your clothes aren't just for covering you up and keeping you warm, of course. They make you feel good. When you wear just the right ones, when they fit just right and look just right, they comfort. They communicate something both out to other people and back to you. They tell you you're all right. You are who you think you are, who you want to be. So when your favorite clothes start not fitting anymore, not because you've gotten older, but because you're getting fat again. They hurt you, sure, they pinch, but more importantly, they tell other people you're not all right, that you're a tub of lard. Again. He's such an idiot. My brother is such a stupid, macho, narrow-minded, hero-loving idiot. He actually came to me yesterday with a huge grin on his face and told me he should be off to Iraq next week. Yes, he said, I'm going to get me some action. I'm going to get me some action? How can 2 people, like my parents, combine their genes and produce him, and then combine them again to produce me? I just do not understand how people think that going off to fight in that war is some kind of adventure. That people should go play play his little war games, and come home unscathed. The problem is, if he weren't my brother, I could dismiss him as ignorant bullethead, send him on his merry way. Problem is, I love him more than I can say, and I'm going to worry every damn second he's over there.
Okay, everyone has had their say. It's incredible, don't you think? While his father is dying, she's worried about the shrinking of candy bars, and he's anxious about clearing a particular height in the pole vault, and she's depressed about the weight of pants fit at the same time that she's planning suicide at the very same moment that she has another hangman. It's amazing, and somehow so horrible. My story, I need to tell you about that. I can't just do it with words, though. I have to have you see it. It'll just take me a minute to get this all set. I don't want you to miss what I'm trying to convey here. I need some visuals. This is my father. Say hello, Dad. Just kidding. I just need to get this all set. If I had the resources, I would bring the whole house in so you could get a better sense of the spatial relationships between the various scenes that we're playing out. My father, he's downstairs in the basement and in the deck. And about 20 or so feet away, up and over, my mother is in my parents' bedroom. My little sister is upstairs also, actually quite close to my mother, separated only by a wall. My big sister is downstairs in her room, right next. I can't believe it. I forgot about me. I'm there too, of course, in the downstairs living room, which is, like I said, fairly close to my sister's room, my big sister. Her name is Adrian. You can't see her. She's under the blanket. That's how it was. My little sister here is Julia. My mother is Donna. My father, Brian. I'm Aaron. This is my house 3 nights ago. And now that I look around at what I've set up, I'm not sure I can tell you what happened. So, what do you make of all this anyway? The and factor, as I call it. How do you square it? Or do you even try? I mean, what are we supposed to do about the fact that at any given moment, a million separate happenings are playing out? More than a million, a billion, but you can lose track when you start to get into numbers that astronomical. You can't lose track so easily if you just consider the size, the space, the confines of one space, one building, one school, one house. I mean, this is just a sampling we have up here. Iraq and Venice and noisy kisses and homework. You have to make sense of all the chaos somehow. You have to, don't you? So what are we supposed to do? What are we to do? Just listen?
And how can I be angry at my own father because his cell was mutated and now they're killing him? How can I? I'm so mad at him.
And
Let's at least have a law, okay? A law that if we've been working on homework for over an hour, we have to quit and watch television or something.
And
I spent 2 hours waiting and 1.5 hours actually getting it cut, only to have him think that I got it wrong. I guess I know what he pays attention to.
and
What about the polar bears? I mean, like in 100 years, nobody will even have a chance to have a coat get out of polar bear because they'll be like gone.
and
Yesterday was the final blow. The one I never expected. The letter from Keene State, my safety school. Thanks, but no thanks. So much for safety.
and
Have you heard how amputees can still feel their missing limbs? I wonder if people who have lost their fingers can still feel phantom hangnails.
and
What am I supposed to do? Hand him one of those nasal strips every time he leans in to kiss me? I don't see that improving our relationship.
and
My coach even tried to fool me one day. He said the height was 12.9, it was actually 13.3. Did it help? No. Somehow my brain knows. It's allergic to anything over 13.
and
I don't want to make a mess. I mean, we have some rolls of toilet paper. No, it's plastic. We have some rolls of plastic from when we painted the ceilings. I'll put those on the furniture and the floor before I do it. It'll save Mom the trouble.
and
I don't want to sound paranoid or anything, but candy bars are important things to kids. If you shrink them and charge a same amount of money, it's like a big national lie.
and
Sure, I could just go out and buy myself some bigger pants, but you know what? Do you know the price for those pants? You pay a hefty self-esteem tax.
and
So
soldiers are sons and grandsons and husbands and nephews and brothers. Stupid, macho brothers. And when they die, their sisters die with them.
I watched you. I watched you as you listened. You frowned. You laughed. You smiled. You grimaced. From one moment to the next, one story to the next, you reacted. That's good. That's human. But remember, right? Remember this phenomenon I have been describing. How do we frown and laugh and grimace and cry and shout for joy and scream for grief? How do we react to all of it going on all around us every second? How? Or do we even try? 3 nights ago, about 8:30, my father is in the den, nodding off as he tries to finish up some work.
Oh, man. I can never stay awake this time of night.
And my mother is in the upstairs bedroom, saying prayers.
Now tell me, God, how may a better servant be?
And Julia is in her room, playing with her toy house.
Darn it, I wish I had another tea set.
And I am in the downstairs living room, playing with my Xbox, trying to... So, what should we do? Should we have some fun here? Should we manipulate this confluence of concomitant conflicts, mix them together for our own personal entertainment and possible edification?
My father's dying of homework.
I got a ton of candy bars tonight.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend makes 13 feet of polo when he kisses me.
Whoa, that's a good one.
And I got rejected from every hangnail I applied to.
Oh, that's gotta hurt, huh?
And my haircut will be like underwater within the next decade.
Sounds like a fashion problem.
And my kiss has a hangnail.
Not quite sure how that works.
And no one noticed my kiss.
My goodness, that's great.
And I can't kill myself with a
Oh,
whole
I bet you can.
And I think I want to make a funny noise.
Well, we are guests.
And I swear, they're making out back smaller than they used to.
Oh, must have shrunk in the wash.
And my favorite cancer doesn't fit anymore.
Favorite cancer. Perfect.
And my brother is going to school.
Well, he should. How else would he get educated? Wasn't that a hoot? The old Mad Libs treatment, huh? Mix and match troubles. It's a game you can play at home. Wasn't that a laugh riot? Wasn't that... Maybe just making light of it all. Maybe that's what we should. How we should. In case you haven't inferred this fact by now, I am concurrently desperate to tell you my story and petrified to tell you my story. Notice that. The and factor, even within the tiny space of my own mind, coexisting and contradictory desires. I don't lack intelligence. I hope you have seen that fact demonstrated too. I mean, someone stupid would not have the wherewithal to create this production. This extravaganza illustrating his internal conflict. No, that takes smarts. You've heard my words, my vocabulary. How many stupid people do you know who can throw around words such as concurrent and simultaneity and spatial relationships and wherewithal? My school grades and my standardized test scores will bear out my assertion. I am not stupid. I am not unaware. How could I not have known? My father is dozing off in the den, and my mother is in her room trying to talk to God, and Julia is redecorating her dollhouse, and I am playing Gudrun's War, a game of world domination set on a planet far from Earth, and I am trying to figure out how to beat the arch enemies of Gudrun, the Kragenites. And Adrian is in her room. She is not alone. So, what are we supposed to do? Judge them? Categorize them? I mean, it's ridiculous to think that we can handle the and factor in its entirety.
So,
Shut up! You have to make distinctions, divisions, isolations. It's a human tendency. You can't help it.
It's a lot now. Everyone kind of takes time being with it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how serious would you rate the situation? Fleetingly insignificant gets a 1. Globally cataclysmic, a 10. Father dying of cancer, a 7.
I'm never going to get all this done, and they're going to pile on more tomorrow.
Homework overload, 4.
And it's not like I had a shrink either. I totally changed my look.
Hair troubles, 3.
I mean, if we don't smarten up and start saving on our gas, our whole ozone will be gone.
Now, here this gets tough. She's complaining about climate change, which might be in the 9-10 category, but she's being completely ignorant and selfish with her perspective, which might merit a 3 or 4 or even lower. Have to take the average. 6.
I'm out of options. What? Like I'm even going to consider community college.
Again, the attitude causes some 4.
My mom picked up some skin lotion I'm gonna try.
2.
Maybe I should start making my own noises when we kiss, to drown them out.
2.5? No, if I gave Haircut Girl a 3, then maybe I should. Do you see how hard this is?
Seriously, I went online to see if there was any such thing as a sports hypnotist.
Is college disappointment worse than pole vault disappointment? 3.
I've been working on a note for the past week.
Should imminent death from cancer rank as high as imminent self-destruction? 6. Well, but then that puts her on par with global warming girl.
If only I could get my hands on a 10-year-old candy bar. Then I could compare!
That I give a 1.
So now my once favorite pants will hang in my closet like a last place frigate of shame.
Oh, I don't know. She seems to really be in pain over this whole weight thing, but in the grand scheme of the universe, 5. Or 4? 5.
So he's going over there, and every time the phone rings, we're all gonna cringe.
Above the pants but below the suicide, 5.5. Because maybe her brother won't die over there, but also embedded in her situation is there a general complaint about the nature of a world where wars happen, or at least an objection to this war in particular. Maybe it's a 6. So, let's see what we've done. We've taken the various components that make up a single simultaneous and from a specific time and place, and we've ranked them. So now, perhaps, we should group them. Right. 8s through 10s, right there. 6s and 7s, there. 3s through 5s, take that spot, and anything below a 3, right here. Good. Good. So what we've done now is, you see, we've made distinctions between the various concomitant situations. That is, I thought I had 4 groups. I didn't rank anything above a 7. That's right. Anyway, what we've done now is, what we have here is something completely useless. Go away! All of you, just go away. You've made the point. Cancer and candy bars and suicide and homework and hangnails and. We got it. And Dad semi-sleeping and Mom supplicating God and Julia with her dolls. And me trying to conquer an electronic non-world. And Adrian. And Adrian in the basement. And Adrian in her room being... Never mind. I can't do this. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really meant to tell you the point of all this, but I didn't mean to waste your time.
Aaron,
Adrian, how are you doing?
I'm all right. Considering.
Good. That's good.
Why have you been avoiding me?
I haven't, or I haven't been meaning to.
That was quite a bomb I dropped on you.
No, hey, I'm your brother. You can't tell me, you know.
Yeah. Still, I'm sure it wasn't easy to hear.
No, that's for sure. But
tell Dad, and then I guess we'll have to go down to the police station.
Yeah, I guess you need to do that.
Are you okay staying with Julia?
Sure, that's fine.
She doesn't need to know
No.
about.
No, of course not.
Hey,
What?
are you okay?
Sure, Tree. You don't need to worry about me. You should worry about yourself. I should be the one asking you.
Aaron,
Yeah?
I need your help.
Sure, Tree, I'm here.
I need you to talk to me. Really tell me how you're feeling. Even if it's... Don't treat me like a broken china doll. I came to you first, remember? I told you because I trusted you to be real with me. Mom and Dad are going to be off the charts, and I don't know what's going to happen with my friends once word gets out.
Right.
So let's try this again. Are you okay?
No. No, Tree, I'm not.
That means two of us. Tell me.
It's like the whole world is... Adrian, Mom was upstairs, and Dad was in the den, and Julia was in her room, and I was in the basement, not 15 feet from you, and we were all in these little bubbles, dealing with our petty individual concerns at the same moment. Adrian, I was playing a video game, do you understand? I was playing a video game, not 15 feet from you. From you.
We raped.
How could I not know?
You couldn't, Aaron. You couldn't have.
What kind of world is this? Should have known.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have known.
You couldn't, Aaron. You couldn't have.
And now I'm burdening you, feeling sorry for myself, when you were the one.
Hey, little brother. Hey, listen. This is the world. This is it, right? People are blowing out birthday candles at the same time as people dying in a fire, at the same time as a baby is being born, at the same time as a grandmother takes her last breath, at the same time as a brother is enjoying his video game, at the same time as his sister is being raped by the boy that she thought really loved her.
I should have known, Adrian. I should have known.
No!